title fight on the card.
Let's get it on.
5 rounds.
For the belt. Yeah, you said you're a fan of Mendoza and Mercado too. These are the fights coming tonight.
Five rounds is a lot different than 3 rounds.
Oh, yeah.
Even with the 3-minute rounds that the amateurs have, it is a lot, and you have to train for
It is
that many
15
rounds.
minutes of fighting.
It's kind of nice because it kind of is preparing them for fighting as a pro, except
Yeah.
you get 2 extra breaks.
Looks like they're, since it is 5 rounds, looks like they're taking this first round
Yeah.
to analyze their opponents a little bit, kind of
Both
not
of
rushing
these
into
guys.
anything. Don't want to gas themselves out in this 5-round fight.
Yeah, both of them very, very smart.
And their experience is
Yeah.
showing for sure compared to these debuters who
Yeah.
kind of come out swinging. These guys have been in the cage before. They know what they're doing. They're taking their time, picking their shot.
Right. These are heavy kicks here for Mendoza.
You're seeing that experience. Right? And again, they know they're going 5 rounds.
Well, like you said, their experience. Both of them have over 5 amateur fights. They know not to gas themselves out in the first round. I think we're seeing experience here, and I always like to see the technical side come out.
Mendoza's doing a good job. He's kind of keeping Pacheco on the cage. He's
Definitely.
really making Pacheco move, but he's just cutting him off right before he's able to kind of get out and get into that center.
He's driving him to the cage, like you said. I wonder if he wants to set up a shot.
Both of them very technical. Picking those shots, not swinging wild, not going crazy.
Not overextending themselves. They're
Not
both throwing,
overexerting, yeah.
both throwing hard leg kicks here.
These are really good kicks. I just wish I saw a little bit more of a setup
I agree.
with the punches into the kicks.
I
'Cause
agree.
I think they would be so much more successful.
It's so easy to, when you're throwing naked kicks, get caught with just like a
Yes.
straight
Just like that,
punch.
yep. Ooh, so quick. Mendoza is so quick to counter those kicks. I love that little inside kick too. It's really hard to check those.
And it wears on the inside thigh. I mean, that's like a more sensitive
Yeah, our
part
body
of the thigh.
isn't conditioned to those kicks. You can
can't-
take kicks on the outside of your thigh all day, but those inside.
It'll turn your whole thigh purple real quick.
Can't put weight on it. It just and hurts forever.
It is not fun.
I always found that the worst part to the kicks to the thigh, when you got to use the bathroom later. That's fine
Getting
getting
up
there,
and
but you
down.
can't get up.
Definitely, you'll feel those for a few days.
So yeah, good first round. Both picking their shots, patience. You can see the experience coming through on that. Trying to look, and yeah, over here you've got Mendoza standing. All head games.
There's been a lot of those tonight. I actually haven't seen that many before. Maybe it's kind of a change that people are starting to do.
I'm seeing more of that. Same side attacks, calf kicks.
Those
A lot of those basics
MF rooms,
that people
MFing cactus.
that people seem to have forgot about. I like to see the basics.
Mendoza's almost doing like a Muay Thai stance right there. Just
Yeah.
very heavy on that back foot, kind of bouncing that quick kick, and that's how he's getting that inside kick.
It is. I also think he's trying to avoid that outside leg kick because his thigh is a little red.
Yeah, he keeps cutting him off at a
You
third of the
see
cage.
it's just enough where right on the outside he's able to cut him off.
John is doing really good with these straights down the middle. He's almost putting himself on the, he's allowing him to be put on the cage, which I find a dangerous position. especially if your strategy is to stay standing.
Yeah, sometimes you kind of have to bite down on your mouth
And
guard
just
and
walk,
just
walk
go
back to
into
the middle.
it to get to that position.
Yeah.
Yep. It's like take a few punches, but that's okay because now you're where you want to be, a lot more comfortable.
Right.
Oh, wow.
That's straight right.
All right.
I think that's his best punch right now. That's straight right.
Well, that's what John tells us.
Right.
All right, there it is. Makes sense.
His greatest strength is right.
It looks like he may be a little bit longer than Mendoza is, so maybe that's why that straight is
Just
so
a little
successful.
more reach, yeah. But yeah, Mendoza's doing a great job of controlling the cage, and he's just cutting him off. At the most, gives him a third of the cage to work with, it seems like.
He is doing great putting the pressure, but he's walking in and not throwing anything, so it's allowing John to just tee off on him at times. And he's trapping on the cage but not shooting, so he's putting great pressure but not capitalizing, in my opinion.
Yes, absolutely.
Both of these guys, just great technique, both of them.
John is also working the body, which I always love to see.
Nice catch. And I think he was kind of smart. He didn't rush and jump on top of him.
Oh, that's great body work. He already got Mendoza to drop the hands a little bit. Now he's thinking about these body shots. You don't want to eat too many of those because those will really add up quick. And this is 5 rounds. It's only the second round
That's
of a
right.
5-round fight. You know, if you're really going to slow down with these body shots. I am surprised Mendoza hasn't taken a shot yet.
Yeah, it's
Especially, like you said, because he is
Cutting
getting
him off.
and he's getting him on the cage. So he has the
right.
opportunity to, maybe go high and then drop in.
well. I'm wondering
Absolutely.
if it's not part of his game plan to to be further into the match.
Try to get John to kind of exert himself.
We've seen so many head games tonight that it's hard to guess. These guys know it. These guys know what they are doing. So yeah, from the first round, what would you do different?
If Mendoza wants to keep it standing, I would say, throw a little bit more with that pressure he's keeping. John is doing really great. I would stay off the cage if I were him, but mixing it up to the body is a really good adjustment. I think it's going to slow Mendoza's straightforward approach down a little bit.
All right, here we go. Round. These guys, any minute now, I expect a knockout, but we're going into
Round 3
yeah,
here.
we're going into round 3. 5-minute rounds.
Neither of them look tired, so they're well conditioned for this fight.
5 3-minute rounds.
Well, and you never know with these 125ers, sometimes they don't get those knockouts. Some of them have that strength, but
So Mendoza keeps going to the body, and John's catching it over and over. But he's choosing to just catch and release, so I think his strategy is just to stay standing. He's got the sharper striking.
Wow.
Pacheco that was really good of Pacheco to
Caught that body kick again, straight down the middle with the 2 and dropped him.
his kicks, holding on to that.
And that's a mix, that straight 2 when you catch a kick, that's a mix of balance, being off balance, and sometimes will really rock the person. So that's a great technique.
Nice. Finally, we see that. Just,
Mendoza shoots in.
I don't think he really committed to that enough.
What a strong jab that one was, though.
Yeah, that stopped him. But this is the problem is Pacheco is actually maybe throwing a little bit more volume. However, he's the one with his back on the cage. So
Right.
To the judges, it could look not as dominant, even though he is putting out more and actually connecting more. So you have to be very careful.
Right. A lot of judges score just on pressure alone and not even with the volume of strikes. Mendoza's really throwing that overhand right. If it connects,
sitting on those.
yeah. If it connects, that's going to be a hard one.
1, 2, 3.
Really good footwork from John. Like I said, he's just constantly moving. He's making it very hard for Brayan to sit down to throw that right overhand. He's making John move.
Yeah, even though he's staying, on the outside of the cage, yeah,
That's a good
he's
leg
using
kick.
it to his advantage.
Ooh,
Slip on the logo, yeah.
He is really heavy on his lead leg, John is, so.
Yeah, notice he plants his weights on his heels.
Nice overhand.
Mendoza's taken quite a bit of damage to that lead leg. The outside is nice and red. I think he's eaten several kicks by John.
Yeah, that's going to be there a while.
Which is a good strategy to have in a longer fight, you know, slow them down, get the legs tired where he can't bounce around as much.
Oh.
He ate that overhand. Another
My
great
goodness,
round, yeah.
2 rounds left. These guys are practically being surgical with their strikes. This is close.
I like this. This fight has been a really good display of the striking.
Right.
You know?
Very
it's-
technical striking.
We've seen one of those fights was more heavy grappling. We've seen the MMA fights between the big boy. That was a great MMA fight because it had everything. It was all over the place.
So fast.
But this is really nice striking.
It is crisp, and I like to see that. Neither of them are tired. You know, I think they both could push it a little bit more, but they're not overexerting themselves. They're very calculated, very cautious, very technical. I'm sure they'll pick it up in these last 2 rounds.
Yeah, I think we're going to start seeing maybe a lot more of these heavy shots. I think Mendoza's going to try and drop him with those overhands. Pacheco is ready. He is out there.
Here we go, our 4th round.
It's interesting the difference in the footwork between these two. You know, Pacheco is very light on his feet and movement, left to right, left to right. Mendoza's a little bit heavier, and you can see he's more solid, flat-footed coming in.
Right. That overhand is landing more and more in this last round and this round.
Yeah, Pacheco needs to be very careful with
Yeah,
that. That was really nice. Came in, jumped, slipped out, and then came back in with the 1-2. Nice combo for Pacheco.
His footwork is great, like you said. Now he finds himself on the wall again. He does do a good job. He's not settling on the fence. He is moving. He knows where he is. He seems aware. I think almost John likes to counter. He likes to wait for Mendoza to come in throwing, and then he really sets his counters up. He's doing a good job getting out of the way of these leg kicks, so he's not taking a lot of damage. That in-out movement, like you said. He hasn't really gone back to the body.
Technically, these guys are just phenomenal.
I'd like to see John work the body again.
Yeah, Mendoza is doing really good with those inside kicks, but maybe a little bit more combos. Hands to the kicks, kicks to the hands. Just something rather than just that one kick out there.
One of the things I love so much about Peak is watching these guys from their debut to where they are now.
I mean,
Because you see the growth. You see that experience.
Yeah, I bet
of what
that's
it
really
does.
fun to watch.
It really is.
John caught that body kick again. Mendoza looking to clinch up. I am pretty surprised that he hasn't tried a takedown.
Yeah,
I mean, maybe he wanted to, have a striking battle. Who knows? But going back to that body kick repeatedly after getting caught. It's a little surprising.
I don't know. I can't help but think that maybe a little bit of it comes from the press conference because of the discussion of who's going to have the fight of the night, that everybody's looking for that knockout, Tally.
I think so.
It's a good push kick.
Mendoza just the same thing, it just seems to be a little short with some of these strikes. Just missing it.
All right, we're going to go to the 5th and final round. These guys got 30 seconds in their corners.
Do amateurs have 30 seconds in the corners?
Isn't that right?
To the 1 minute? I don't know. I think with amateur, even with amateur, it's still 1 minute in the corner.
I know that when we go to pro, here's the biggest thing, and let me ask you two, because when you made that move to pro from amateur, and now you can drop elbows and reinforce knees, was that on your mind when you made your pro debut, or did it take a little bit to remember? Oh, hey, now I can throw elbows.
Oh no, 100%. Especially being a Muay Thai fighter, I've been waiting to
throw them.
And you do forget because of maybe not training it,
right?
You
know,
the
rules,
but
right. Yeah, I mean, I thought about it, but I didn't necessarily do it until several fights in.
It takes a minute to, I think, actually. Even with my last one, I was like, I love elbows. I didn't throw them enough.
Because you're always so careful not to break the rules.
Yeah.
5th and final round, John Pacheco.
Both guys coming out looking
in the blue corner. Brayan Mendoza out of the red.
Mendoza's really gonna. Oh, here he goes for the shot. Finally,
this is for the 125 belt.
I think he's just going to walk him down. He's already doing it. He's walking straight in. He does not care what he gets hit with. Already looked for the takedown, so maybe he'll try that again.
Same thing, a little bit more commitment because he's getting it. He can get in on those. He just needs to really trust himself and push forward with it. Nice jab.
Yeah,
that was good. That was a good entrance there.
You can tell he's picking up patterns.
John's side-to-side footwork is so good to evade these takedown attempts, though, and these clinch-ups. I think he knows he needs to be in distance.
You know, you watch these guys fight, and most folks will never have any idea what sweethearts they are, you know? But if you didn't catch the video of the press conference, strong.
That was a good overhand. That was a good exchange there.
It got on his chin, too, but Pacheco took it and didn't look too fazed by it.
These guys were planning to fight each other tomorrow, but yesterday they were all on each other's side about, we're going to have the fight of the night. No, we're going to have the fight of the night.
Well, sometimes a good mutual respect, brings out the best fight in both.
And I think that might be a little bit of what we're seeing here, is they are trying to, it's tit for tat.
And Mendoza's pressure is no joke. It's difficult to have someone that walks straight at you no matter what you're throwing. So John is handling that well, and Mendoza's really putting it on in this last round.
Especially when someone is built like Mendoza, it's literally like punching at a wall that's just walking and closing in on you.
It's like he's landed so many shots, and he's still standing right there, right in front of him.
Just like, go away.
Yes.
Space.
No space for Mendoza, none. Less than a minute. I think this might be Mendoza's best round here, but
Pacheco is still so fresh with his movement.
So sharp.
I really have not seen him stop and settle in one place. He's constantly moving left to right, left to right.
And countering. His counters are very fast. That's straight down the middle off those kicks. Timing those kicks has been really great.
Less than 30 seconds in the final round.
A lot of people have an issue going back and forth. Pacheco does such a good job going left to right, and that's the goal that a lot of people have.
This is it.
Nice slip.
Final 10 seconds of the final round for this 125 belt. Hate to see it go to the judges, but that's what we're doing.
Here we go to the judges.
Never know how it's going. You just never know how it's going to shake out, and how nerve-wracking is that, Tally?
Oh, it is. It really is. because you never know. And you can be in there and you can think you had such a dominant performance. You think 100% that you won. And like what we just saw with this other fight, it couldn't go, it sometimes doesn't go your way. Even if you think that you did everything right, that you were the dominant one. So
you just take it as a lesson.
Breath. I hold my breath. Even when I think I've won, I hold my breath until that name is actually announced.
See, both, that's what we were talking about earlier, part of the mind games. You see how they both put their hands up, you know, I won that, I won that.
Yep.
They're
That's
telling
what you got to do.
Yeah.
Even if
if you're lying.
Fake it till you make it. You put that hand up and that body, you know, you represent yourself like that. Hold yourself, hold your head high, chest up, head high, and don't show it. If you're hurt, you don't show it.
Yeah, that really messes
This bout going the distance, coming down to the judges. By unanimous decision, out of the blue corner, Pacheco!
You got a little excited there?
Oh, wow. Yeah.
You know,
Sorry, but I didn't mean to punch you in the arm. Don't hurt me.
Well, that was a great technical striking fight. You know, usually it's hard to land shots moving backwards, but your lateral movement was really great. Is that something you work a lot on?
Like I said, I've been out for 2 years. So, but this whole time I've been out don't mean I haven't been working. Life, injuries, no matter what, I've been working. I'll be in the gym with a broken leg if I have to, critiquing, improving, whatever I had to do. So over these years, I've been learning how to just be smart in fights, be technical, be long, working with my striker coach, Joe, working with my grappling coach, Aaron Bros, my MMA coach, Bobby, Jerry Mahone, Copley, David Dockery back at home. Working, I got a whole good team right now, bro.
Awesome.
Like, we weren't scared to grapple. I knew he was a grappler, so I'm gonna stay away from it, first and foremost. But I mean, I really appreciate the opportunity. This is my first time fighting in 2 years. I just wanted to compete. I wasn't even coming out here looking for the dub.
I had breakfast with John. His
Well, you did a really great job, and like you said, you knew he was a grappler, and you didn't even give him any opportunity to close the distance. You stayed moving. You were kind of on the cage. I was expecting him to shoot, but you didn't even give him that opportunity. So great fight, very technical. You know, you have a lot of amateur experience. Are you looking to go pro anytime soon now?
I think this is it. I'm gonna go pro. I think I'm gonna call it right here. My amateur career. I'm getting older. I ain't getting any younger. It's time to get paid, baby.
Well, you got the belt now, so I think that's the next step. Great fight.